Welcome back to the channel, fellow redliners. Thank you guys so much for hitting the play button. I just want to start the video out by please asking you guys to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you guys are new. This is obviously my C8 Corvette. This is a Corvette channel. If you guys browse the channel afterwards, there's tons of Corvette content, whether it be C7, C8. I've had tons. I still own C7s. I've had 4, 5, 6, 7 C7s on the channel, different colors, different options. So if you guys want to like Corvettes, I have a GTR as well. So anyways, today, the point of today's video is talking about this article. It's actually a little bit windy, so sorry about that. But that article, it's kind of like a bulletin that was posted, leaked, it seems like, looks like an internal memo talking about the 2022 Corvette. About 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, I actually made a video about how the plant's delayed because of the issues going on in the world right now, and how I thought that the Corvette production for the Z06 is going to be delayed until the 2022 model year. This all but confirms it. You can see there it talks about the 2022 Corvette Z06. It also details some of the specs and stuff of the car, so I figured I'd come on here and explain you guys, what it says here. I can explain my take on it, what I think is going to be happening, because I talked to quite a few people. Like I've bought so many Corvettes. I talked to different dealers. Actually, there's a C7 going by right there. It's a nice adrenaline blue. I've actually owned a car like that previously. Wow, we're just in an abandoned parking lot here, and who would have thought that there's a C7 going around? Anyways, sorry, I got distracted. Going back to today's video, I figured I talked to a lot of dealers because I obviously bought so many different Corvettes. I have a couple friends in Detroit who built some of the parts for these, so I figured I'd come on here, give you guys my take, and we'd hash it out, and I'd give you guys the latest information. So let's hop in where it's less windy, and let's talk about it. So this thing first starts about saying, what it is and why it matters and the platform and stuff like that. So, which is why I thought that this was probably an internal memo that was sent out. But regardless, what I thought, and I mentioned in my previous video that the Z06 was going to have, was that it's going to have a different motor, and that's pretty much confirmed here. It's saying that it's going to have a flat plain crank motor. A lot of people have complained on the Stingrays that they don't rev high enough. So the red line on this is just under 6,500, and because of that, you don't get that crazy high-pitched exotic sound. The car obviously looks incredibly exotic, so you want an exhaust or an engine note that sounds like that. Not to say that the LT1 or the LT2 that's in here doesn't sound exotic. In my opinion, it does. Like, it sounds absolutely incredible. If you guys watch some of my other videos, you guys have heard cold start, stuff like that. My complaint was that it's too quiet in the cabin. Some people don't share that same opinion. But either way, this new flat plain crank V8 is going to be making, they say, just under 600 horsepower, and that has people kind of wondering who have seen this, and I've shared it too. They said, wait a minute, didn't the C7 Z06 have 650 horsepower? So why would this model have less? And that's a good question, honestly. In today's day and age, with the horsepower wars the way they are, I kind of have a hard time seeing that they're gonna make a Z06 that has 600 horsepower when the outgoing model had 650 horsepower. It just doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? And because it's a horsepower war. If the GT500 comes out with something that has 650 horsepower, everyone's gonna be like, well, Chevy, they dropped the ball. And then people are saying, well, no, it's gonna be lighter, stuff like that. Which means it's going to be faster. The thing with that is that you're going to have a lot more downforce and drag naturally with the Z06. That's what happened here. You had stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 aero on the previous Z06. That's going to happen here. And just to kind of give you guys an illustration of that, the non-Z51 cars on the C8, sorry, they actually have a higher top speed. They're rated at 194 miles an hour, and the Z51 cars are rated at 184 miles an hour, and that's because of the added aero piece, and that's why I haven't mounted my high wing spoiler. Not to say that we're doing high speed runs, I just actually, the no wing has really grown on me, but anyways, that's another video for another day. I think it looks more exotic like this. But my point is that you're going to have more drag on those cars, and because of that, the car is not going to accelerate or have as much of a top speed on an engine that, albeit revs really high, sounds really good with 600 horsepower. I just don't think that it's going to be as fast as what some purists or what Corvette buyers really want it to be. And because of that, that's why I mentioned in my previous video, and I still think that it's going to have a hybrid component to it. Whether or not it's going to be powering the back wheels or the front wheels, I'm not quite sure. I think, from my thought, that they're going to save the front wheel or all-wheel drive version for the ZR1, and the rear wheel drive Z06 variant will have hybrid electric motors Now, talking about how they're going to integrate this into the car, that's a whole other story. What I believe is going to happen is that they're going to put the hybrid electric motors on this car in the rear wheels. They're going to save the all-wheel drive version for the ZR1. And when I say all-wheel drive, I'm talking about the hybrid electric motors powering the front, and obviously that same flat plane crank V8 powering the rear. There was a lot of rumors talking about, you know, this car may be supercharged just like the outgoing C7, or it may have twin turbos because there's room for it in this current model. The thing is, with that flat plane crank, what I think they're going to do is they're just, and from what I've heard as well, and this is kind of what my sources have been telling me and things that I've kind of pieced together, I believe they're actually going to integrate a hybrid electric system into this car, powering the rear wheels. You know, you have right around 600 horsepower of output from the flat plane crank motor, and then you're going to have about 100 to 150 horsepower, depending on how crazy they want to go, maybe 75, 100. So you have a 700 horsepower just right there about, with crazy high torque figures as well because of those hybrid electric motors. And that is going to be an absolutely absurd car. You're going to have an absolutely absurd top speed, crazy acceleration, because, you know, this car in non-Z51 form or Z51 form, people have been getting 0 to 60 in 2.6, 2.7 seconds. Previously on the C7, the motor was strong enough, it was just a problem of traction. But here, you have that motor right basically over top of those wheels. It's mid-engine, of course, but you have a lot of weight on that rear wheel, meaning you can put more power down to the ground. So that's why it makes sense to put those hybrid electric systems in the back, because even at 600, 700 horsepower, I think that this car will be able to hook just fine and still get crazy 0 to 60 quarter-mile accelerations. The other thing with the aero bits, if you only have 600 horsepower, you're not going to be able to get a really good quarter-mile time because you're going to get a lot of drag, and it's going to really weigh down that non-hybrid motor. But with the hybrid electric motors, you can do kind of like a increase by gear, increase the amount of torque by gear based on traction conditions, and I think that's going to make a crazy Corvette, and something that flies down the drag strip at absurd times, like probably mid to low 10s, just probably from what I'm thinking. That's what I heard from that memo. I figured I'd come on here and give you guys my opinion, my take, based on talking to my sources, based on talking to different dealerships, based on talking to people that work at certain utility and fabrication companies in Michigan. Of course, they're currently closed, but this is kind of what I've heard coming down the pipeline. Whether or not it's true or not, I believe it is, and I believe it's accurate, or fairly as accurate information as there will be on YouTube or on the internet right now. Based on this, based on my information, I thought I'd come on here and share. If you guys enjoyed that, if you guys found this video informative, please hit that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends. You know, if you guys want to see more Corvette content, feel free to subscribe. I got tons of C8, C7, GTR, lots of content on the channel. So subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.